Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to Storytime with Miss Randall. Now today we are at the beach in Whitney Bay, which is so exciting for our seaside series. Now don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button down below for even more amazing stories on Storytime with Miss Randall. Now today's story is Lost and Found by Oliver Jeffers. Once there was a boy, and the boy found a penguin at his door. Are you ready to get reading? Let's go. Once there was a boy, and one day he found a penguin at his door. The boy didn't know where it had come from, but it began to follow him everywhere. The penguin looked sad, and the boy thought it must be lost. So the boy decided to help the penguin find its way home. He checked in the Lost and Found office, but no one was missing a penguin. He asked some birds if they knew where the penguin came from, but they ignored him. Some birds are like that. The boy asked his duck, but the duck floated away. He didn't know. That night, the boy couldn't sleep for disappointment. He wanted to help the penguin, but he didn't know how. What do you think, boys and girls? How could the boy help the penguin? The next morning, he discovered that penguins come from the South Pole. But how could he get there? What do you think, boys and girls? How could the boy get all the way to the South Pole? What could he use? Fantastic. He ran down to the harbour and asked a big ship to take them to the South Pole. But his voice was much too small to be heard over the ship's horn. So, together, he and the penguin would row to the South Pole. The boy took his rowboat out of the cupboard and they tested it for size and strength. They packed everything they would need, and together they pushed the rowboat out to sea. Now, boys and girls, if you were off towards the South Pole, what things would you pack? They rowed for many days and nights with the boys, telling stories all the way. The penguin listened to everything that the boy said. They floated through good weather and bad, when the waves were as big as mountains. Until they came to the South Pole. The boy was delighted, but the penguin said nothing. Suddenly, he looked sad again as the boy helped it out the boat. The boy said goodbye and floated away. But as he looked back, the penguin looked sadder than ever. Oh no. Boys and girls, what do you think might be making the penguin so sad? Well done. It felt strange to be on his own, and the more he thought, the more he realised he was making a big mistake. The penguin wasn't lost. He was just lonely. Now, boys and girls, what's the difference between being lost and lonely? Super. So when we are lost, we're unable to find our way, and we're sometimes not sure where to go, so we need someone to help us. Or maybe we'll find our way by ourselves. But when you are feeling lonely, you feel sad because you have no friends or company. Now, it looks like the penguin might need a friend. Let's see what happens next. Quickly, he turned the boat around and headed back to the South Pole as fast as he could. At last, he reached the pole again. But where was the penguin? The boy searched and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. Sadly, the boy set off for home. There was no point telling stories because there was no one to listen except the wind and the waves. But then the boy saw something in the water ahead of him. Closer and closer he got until he could see the penguin. What a happy ending. He found the penguin. They found each other. Boys and girls, I hope you have enjoyed today's seaside story. Now, don't forget to subscribe for even more exciting stories on Storytime with Miss Randall, and share with all of your friends so they can get involved too. Now, thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you again in the next Storytime with Miss Randall.